Hello, everyone. Very good morning. Welcome to the FinTest Factory webinar. We are glad to have you today, and we are super excited to explain how FIM can be instrumental to spur growth and innovation in your company. First, let me take this opportunity to introduce myself, I and my colleague for this webinar. So my name is Assis. I am product manager for FinTest Factory. And with me, I have Pierre. He's a product manager for Global Plus uh, testing tool. So before we start this webinar, we'd like to explain you that you can go to slido.com and if you have any question, you can enter FIM in a code, you can enter FIM, or you can see the QR code on the screen. So you can scan that code and you enter the code FIM and you can shoot all your questions. And we would love to take those questions. And so what we're gonna do today. So agenda for this webinar is we'll start with what is the market reality of testing tool and what are your expectations. Okay. And after that, we will explain what is FinTest Factory and how it will solve the problem that you have. Then my colleague Pierre will explain Global Plus tool, which is a signature tool in card and payment testing. Then at the end, we will have a Q&A session where we'll take up all of your questions and we will address them one by one. So let's start. So who we are? So we are a strong team of over 450 experts spread across all the continent of this world. So we are located in 18 locations across the world except Antarctica. And we have more than 3,000 customers also all across the world. We have 9 accredited laboratory and we have accreditation from 40 plus schemes and authorities. All the major schemes and authority in the world accredited FIM. So let's get going. So I'll start with what is the market reality of the testing tool market. So here now, still in current era where we are using AI, machine learning, all the testing tools, most of the testing tool available in the market are dongle based, where you buy the tool from any company, then you plug it with the local PC, you work in a silos. There's no scope for the collaboration. There's a limited automation. There's a limited CI/CD integration, and since it is designed to be work in silo, like a very outdated, so there is a limited scope for getting the instant support, both in the technical and the expertise. And the worst is all these tools that you use in the silos with the dongle, it is not upgraded with the latest version of the specification of the scheme. So the version we use in the lab is not aligned with the version you use at home with the dongle based tool. And with that, since there are lots of manual process involved, uh, and it's a very long process, the entire certification journey is pretty long. It's really hard to track each and every activity and predict the cost. And what are your expectations? Of course, the first expectation for any of our customer is to reduce the product development and certification cost. And how you can do that? Of course, you need a automation, you need a optimization, you need a better collaboration, and you need the support of our experts who can help you with when you get stuck, when you are not able to move forward. And you want to test, to use the testing tools round the clock. Why? Because of the pandemic, it's not feasible to go to the laboratory every time and connect your device and start the tool, because most of us are nowadays working from home. So you need the flexibility to use the testing tool from anywhere. You connect your SUT from anywhere. You collaborate with your colleagues uh, working from anywhere in the world, and you start using the tool. And that is something missing with the current setup. We explain the market reality, the harsh market reality, and your expectation. Now we will introduce FinTest Factory, the tool, the product which is designed to foster innovation in the fintech and smart mobility industry. The tool which is very robust, very modular, highly reliable, built for resilience, secure by design, very much scalable, and on top of that, it is also offer all the film test solution that film is providing to payment and smart mobility industry. So you name any solution, whether it's related to the card, whether it's related to the terminal, whether it's related to the smart mobility, whether it's related to the API testing, biometric, 3DS, you name it, we have a solution for you. And on top of that, we have value added module. We call it Module Plus, which is coupled with this platform to further improve the productivity, efficiency, and the automation and the user experience on this platform. So value-added modules like MyTest Studio can be used to edit the test plan or the test sheet. MyTest process will digitize the entire customer journey. MyTest Manager will automate the test execution. MyTest Record will provide secure record keeping solution tailored for the certification purpose. And MyTest integration, this can further increase the uh, automation and optimization and the collaboration and machine to machine testing on our platform. So overall, with that, we also onboard our experts who have been working for in this industry over a decade to help you when you got stuck with any of the tools or any of the certification that you're applying for. So we have security expert, we have financial expert, we also offer laboratory services. We are also onboarding consulting services who can help you as and when you need. So in a nutshell, the FinTest factory is compliant, it's global, it's secure, and it's efficient. And with that, you can expect reduction in your product development and testing cost. You can expect a reduction in overall test plan, edit, and release process. You can expect a huge reduction in the workload of your administrator. You can expect certain test execution time, and you can expect a very secure and compliant record keeping solution. So why we say that we are compliant? We have accreditation from 40 plus authority all across the world. Whether it's international scheme, domestic schemes, whether it's related to banks, issuer acquire, we are accredited with many of these authorities across the world. And our testing tools and labs are also accredited with most of the authorities that you have in the world. So are pretty much aligned with the compliant requirement of all this authority, and we rigorously follow it throughout our tools, process, application, or the services that we provide to you. Now, why we think that we are truly global? Because this platform was designed to foster innovation and collaboration among all your stakeholders. So, whatever the persona that we have in the in entire certification process, we try to create a unique and a very great experience on our testing platform. So whether you are a lab where you are connecting your device uh, to execute it test case, whether you are admin who are managing all the test execution, whether you are project manager, whether you are tester or developer, whether you are any third party stakeholder who are involved in the entire certification journey, uh, they all can use the same platform and collaborate with each other to achieve the common purpose, to get the certification done at the fastest pace without any hassle, without any bumps in the customer journey. So uh, we are pretty secure, and this is the primary concern of measure of our customer, and you know it very well. We have a lot of incident of hacking. We have a lot of incident where privacy is compromised, where data was hacked. So we put a very special emphasis to improve the security on each layer of this platform, whether it's the infrastructure layer, whether it's a platform layer, whether it's an application layer. On top of that, even on the it's on the customer project layer. Data is pretty isolated. We have a very sophisticated mechanism to protect the data, to ensure the high level security, and to make sure that the our platform is future ready, is ready for any future uh, threat. So for that, we also included multi-factor authentication. We are using certified virtual data center, which is um, authorized by issue and PCI DSS. It's a gold standard in fintech industry. We have a very strong firewall and encryption to further protect your data. Now, why we call it efficient? So we try to not just create a platform to use the tool. We try to create an ecosystem where we have many modules, such as value-added modules, to further improve the productivity, efficiency, and experience on the platform. We have expert services which can help you when you get stuck. We have different tools. So if you are using more than one tools, then you can even collaborate with the stakeholder. We have value added modules which can help to deal with different stakeholders. So on top of that, just creating the test solution, we try to create an ecosystem and connect different component of the ecosystem to further improve the productivity and efficiency. And we will dive deep into all the value added modules in the following slides. Now, let's start with how module plus could be uh, useful in the entire customer journey. So, as you know, the product development phase has different stages. You start with product development where you have multiple iterations before you decide this product is ready and you can apply for the certification from the scheme or any authority. Then you have the qualification phase. Then at the end, you have the certification phase. Then you come to lab for the debug session. And when you are think that you are pretty much aligned with the scheme or the authority requirement, then you go for the type approval session and you get the certification done. So this is in short is a customer journey for the certification purpose. Now, these value added modules are designed to take care of each and every need of each phase of this certification journey. So my test studio, you can edit any complex test plan on the fly. My test process, you can digitize the entire certification process. My test manager, it will help you to automate your test planning and execution. My test record, very much compliant record keeping solution, which is tailored for your need, the certification need. My test integration, it fosters machine to machine testing, automation, optimization, thanks to CI/CD process. And we'll explain it in detail, all these modules. And in between, I would also like to remind you that if you have any question during my presentation, you can go to slido.com and you enter the code FIM and you suit your questions. And we would love to take them. Now, my test studio. So during the product development phase, especially let's say you need to edit the test plan. You are a scheme and you want to edit the test plan. So what you do, you create the specification, then you share this specification for any third party to convert those specification into executable test plan, which is very, very complicated because any test plan has not just have the functional testing that you just write in English language. It has uh, many testing related to the hardware component, to the software component, to the network component, to the functional testing, and everything has to be consolidated in the test plan. And it makes the test plan highly technical, highly complex to read and to edit. So especially our domestic scheme had really hard time doing that, and they were seeking help from the third party. So at FIM we have the consulting team who were doing the test plan edit and the converting their specification into the test sheet. And for us it was also a very lengthy and inefficient process. So we came up with the idea to build an application where all the test plan can be edited on the fly, where all the stakeholder, whether it's a functional expert writing the test plan on the high level, whether it's a technical expert writing the low level steps, whether it's an engineer who are adding the technical component to make those test plan executable, can use the same platform, collaborate with each other, and uh, complete the entire test plan edit process and release process in a go. So this foster collaboration, this simplify the real-time collaboration, and this tool will support not just card or any specific test plan, but this is designed and flexible to support variety of test plans. It could be terminal, it could further support other test plan because it is a cloud-based solution, and it has a scope to add a different test plan. So it's very flexible. And one best part about my test studio is it can easily be adapted. It can easily be used. We have basic mode where functional expert can edit the test plan like a Word document with a simple, very clean UI. They can edit it. And advanced mode where technical expert can further elaborate those test plan and add the technical steps. So for everyone, we have everything for everyone. And with that, especially our consulting team was able to reduce the test plan release process by 12 weeks. So it was more than 60% reduction in the test plan for our scheme. Now you already develop your test sheet. What you gonna do next? So you need a workflow where you can design the certification process, and it was a nightmare for our customers. There are various stakeholders to deal with, a large number of documents to manage, different certification process to follow for various scheme. Like you're a vendor, you have a different certification process for Visa, for Mastercard, for Discover or any other local scheme, and you have to follow different certification process. It's really hard to keep track of everything. So, and on top of that, since various stakeholders are involved, you have different and many SLA to respect. And also on top of that, there are product lifecycle and issue management that you have to do on top of that. And it was really complicated for our schemes or our vendor to do that. So we come up with idea where we design an application which can simplify the workflow creation. So you can create a workflow without even writing a single line of code. That's the beauty of this application. On top of that, you can track all the activity using the customizable dashboard, which can be customized for the specific need of the vendor of the scheme. You can get the real-time notification. You have the centralized user and access management. Remember, you are dealing with stakeholder, not just the internal stakeholder, but various External stakeholder. You are a scheme, you're dealing with not just your employees working on the workflow, but also vendors or also lab and any other stakeholder. So you need a very clean and secure user and access management. We offer this in my test process. And with that, the business outcome is humongous. You can completely digitize your certification process, end-to-end digitization. Then you can provide the guided autonomy to your team members. And since FIM has have a lot of expert and expertise in the certification domain, you can instantly contact FIM lab experts and to if you have any problem, any trouble in this journey, and you can collaborate with all your stakeholders in the real time. One of our scheme in Middle East region was able to reduce their workload by 50%, and it could be even more for bigger schemes. Now, you have already designed your test plan. You already created the workflow. Now it's time to execute the test plan and get your certification done. Now, sounds very simple, right? But it's not that simple because any test plan has thousands of test cases, okay, and thousands of interdependencies, and uh, and it runs for days. Like we have observed some of the test plan run for over a week. So it's a huge task to be executed. So you got to have a planning for your test execution. And for that, we created a application called My Test Manager, where you can create a test campaign, where you can define what are the test cases you want to execute. You can define when you want to schedule those test cases for the execution. Then you can track in a real time what are the test cases executed. Then on top of that, you can import and export those test cases in several formats, whether it's Word, PDF, text, many other format, and you can share those results with the authorities or with your stakeholder. And on top of that, you can also use some of the test cases and configuration, and it further increase the automation and optimization on the platform. Let's say if you want to reuse your test cases for your future certification, let's after 3 years you want to run the same test cases for the recertification. You just take it up. In 2 clicks, you connect ERCT, and in 2 clicks, you will be able to execute all your test cases once again. Isn't it? It's awesome. It is. With this, our lab was able to reduce the test execution time by 60%. It's a huge improve in the productivity and the efficiency of our lab who were helping our vendors, our customers to get the certification. So now you already executed your test cases with amazing tool that we are offering to you. Now, where do you save this record? Okay, one solution is you go to cloud. There are many cloud solution offered by many companies. Whether it is compliant, whether it is having the PCI DSS certification, whether those virtual data center are designed for the security requirement or the compliance requirement of the schemes in the or the authorities in the payment industry. Uh, most of them are not. Are they tailored for record keeping solution that you need in the certification industry? No, they are not. They are just a online cloud storage solution, and we are not offering you a cloud storage solution. We are offering you a record keeping solution very much tailored for your need, your testing and certification need, where you can set record keeping rule. You can decide how long you want to retain the your record or you preserve your record. For several scheme, there is a different requirement. Some scheme want it for 5 years, some scheme want it for 10 years, some scheme want it even beyond that. So you can set your record keeping rule and you will have a peace of mind. After that, you don't have to worry. this my test record will take care of your record keeping rule. On top of that, my test record is built to integrate with all the tools, whether you're using Global Plus, Eval Plus, or any of the tools or any of the value added modules like my test studio, my test process. You can it can auto sync all this tool and create folder and preserve data created by this tool. And it also support the third party integration. So you connect my test studio with your application that you use at your company, and you can use it as a normal cloud storage. So we have solution for all of your problem. And on top of that, we also offer smart analysis of data that will give you insight on how your debug process is running, how your test uh, type approval session is running, how much space you have, whether you are doing some mistake in with the configuration. So all sort some small insight which could be very helpful for you to move forward. We offer everything with my test record. And on top of that, we also offer localization of the data. Nowadays, schemes or vendors or authorities, they want localization of data. Our customer in China, they want their data to be stored in China. We have customer in India, they want it to be stored in India. In Europe, they want it in Europe. So we give the option to our customer there where they can configure where they want to exactly store the data. And with that, they can meet the compliance need and they can have a peace of mind that their data is encrypted and safely stored in their own country. And now, uh, my colleague Pierre will give a demo of one of the signature and the best testing tool that we offer to our customer in card and payment industry. Over to you, Pierre.
Thank you, Ashish. No, indeed, we'll be zooming in now on Global Plus, which is one of the tool plus available on the Film Test Factory. So Global Plus is our solution for level 2 testing for card and mobile. And thanks to the Film Test Factory innovative capabilities and the online part of it, it really helps to enhance the collaboration with the key value chain stakeholders in the certification process, which are the payment scheme, the vendor, and the accredited lab. And overall, by facilitating this exchange of information, it just speeds up the complete certification process and hence reduce the time to market for new product launch. How do we do that? So first of all, as mentioned by Ashish on the Film Test Factory, it's definitely a global tool. So you have really the possibility to decouple the SUT location, system under test, and the user allocation. It could be on two different time zone, different physical location. So it really gives you a lot of flexibility here, especially in the COVID-19 context, where a lot of people need to work from home. That really gives you flexibility to optimize your workforce. It's a compliant tool, just like the Film Test Factory, thanks to all the accreditation we have on various schemes. It's an efficient tool because you have the possibility to get automatic updates from the schemes, the possibility to run multi-session in parallel to speed up the process, and it relies on state-of-the-art computing power for the test engine. And last but not least, it's of course a secure tool based on the ISO 27001 certification of the Film Test Factory platform. What I will do now is just show you a demo of our tool. What you can see here is the typical portal you will have access to once you get access to the Film Test Factory. In this case, so for Global Plus, you will have on the product section the list of the products you subscribe. The first person who will have access to the tool, we have the possibility to add as many users as they want to access the platform. Once you've done that, on the product section, you can add access, specific access and role to each and every product. You select one name, you select one role to optimize the access rights for each and every needs of your test sessions. You can also define projects. Here I define 3 project example, and inside those projects, you will be able to run test session. So let's do this. So here you have your session with the number of user allocated. Once you will click on this button, you will have access to the tool itself, which is on a dedicated tab on your browser. You will first establish a secure connection between your SUT and your session. How do you do that? You use what we call the connector, which will be connected to your SUT reader. And to establish the connection, you first generate a token, you copy it, and in the connector, you paste it. That is to establish a secure connection between your PC and the connection. In this case, I do it on my single PC, so I'm both running the tool and having the connection to the SUT reader. But you can, of course, by exchanging those key, you can have it completely decoupled from your session. So I can share it with one colleague in another location where he has the SUT reader, and I will be able to access the SUT reader on his PC. Once you've done that, you have the possibility to configure the SUT interface with various options and variables. And once you've done that, you save your settings. And you can go to the player itself. And here you see the menu you will get access. So you have the possibility to different select active test cases based whether they are pass, fail, non-conclusive, etc. Or you can select all of them. You can select the full test suite, the full list of test case, or you can select one test in particular, and you can run it. You can play around with the display where you will have the details of the test. You can export specific test with the timestamps. And you will have at the end the possibility to export all your results in different various report format. Here I give you just one example where you will have an HTML format, all the different details of your test session with your SUT. I will now come back to the presentation. So with this demo, I just show you again, so the, Global Plus, just like the Film Test Factory, really gives you the possibility to have a tool which is global, compliant, secure, and really efficient, thanks to all the innovative capabilities of this platform and this tool. Now, this is again your opportunity for you to post us some questions. So go to slido.com, enter the code FILM, and you can directly enter your question, which we'll be answering right now. So the first question is for you, Ashish, I guess.
Is FinTest Factory platform available right now? Yes, indeed. Uh, we have this platform ready, and we have some customer. We already onboarded them on this platform. It's working right now, and this platform is also helping our customer to boost their efficiency and productivity, and this is helping our customer especially in Europe and also in Asia, to way they were designing their test case, deploying their test case, or or consuming their test case. So please feel free to contact us, and we will happy to help to explain you how it can help you.
So next question. So are the Module Plus already available?
Yes, few of our module plus are available. Like I explained in our presentation, that my test studio is completely available, ready to use off the shelf. You can use it right away. My test process is we already have a customer using it, and we recently onboarded couple of big schemes in my test process. So I'm proud to say that we also achieved the product market fit on my test process. On top of that, my test record, it will be available in a couple of months, the full version. So and my test manager is the same. So next couple of months it will be ready. We are moving really fast on that.
So next question, what are the price of the Survey Plus and Tool Plus? So on that one, please get in touch with your local sales contact and be happy to tailor a quotation to your needs.
What about the data confidentiality in the cloud? As I mentioned during my presentation of my test record, we we are compliant with most of the authority. So whether it's a GDPR requirement, whether it's a requirement from local schemes or local authorities in different country, we follow all the compliance rules. We also offer data localization. Nowadays, most of these schemes, most of our customer want their data to be localized in their country. They want their data to be processed within their country. And we have this option where you can configure your tool, you configure your record to be stored locally.
We would like to thank you for the time you grant us for this webinar. And please feel free, if you have any questions, to come back to us. The contact details are at the end of the presentation. And we hope to see you soon using our Film Test Factory tools. Thank you very much.
Thank you.